Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Cowboys going up against the Seahawks. What a surprise here. There's rain in Seattle as we're off to CenturyLink Field to link up with our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, no trip to the Northwest is really complete without a little rain, and we're going to get plenty of it here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
Now a play fake here on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And the offense on the field for the first time today, and they were high-powered a week ago.
And they're beginning to believe that they've established a groove. They expect those type of performances each and every week. They're precise.
They'll drop to throw, and he will find his man on the outside. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. And the linebacking core could certainly be crucial today.
They do everything really, really well. Fly to the football, defend the pass, you name it, they do it, as well as set the defensive front.
2nd and 5.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Now the offense in that middle ground here on 3rd down. 3rd and 5.
Now let's go. Blue, line it.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They come out here in the eye. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Okay, starting lineup time offensively, Charles, for the Dallas Cowboys.
And how about them at number 4 in the 2016 draft? Big needs on the defensive line, and they go with the running.
They go star power.
They went star power, but Ezekiel Elliott, in a lot of ways, was exactly the right decision. When they had winning success in 2014, they did it running the football. Elliott can do that for them again.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go. Round 30. Let's round. Let's round. Let's round. Let's round. Let's round. Let's round. Ohio. Ohio.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now let's go. Green 39.
They'll set up a throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now let's go. 319. 319. Here we go, D. All day, defense. All day. All day. All right, now. Shift. No. Check. Patriot.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Surveying the field. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And the play clock's running down. Now a handoff looking right. And some room to maneuver. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind the
ball. And his first carry, he loses the football. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play here for Dallas. 48 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. He'll drop to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. They come out here in the eye. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Looking to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the left hash, this from 39. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's got room. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That one goes for 24 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 1:57 to go in this first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
Stop right there. All right, here we go. Check.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the right hash, this from 48. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Let's go, Ohio.
And they'll run it here. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Let's go. Grand 38. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round.
They'll look to throw here. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jaron Reed in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down.
Here we go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. And he is in for a Seattle touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. And that makes it 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to take another shot here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we send you across the country to Orlando, standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Here we go. 1-9, flex round. Ohio.
In motion left goes a tight end. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's a bold strike right there, taking it downfield and putting some air on it. But how about the coverage? Able to get his hands across the receiver and bat the ball down.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third.
Let's go. 38. Ohio. Flex round. Ohio. Flex round. Ohio.
Play clock winding down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got time. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 9 yards on the play and a first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go.
Slot man moves right. Now a handoff here to his running back. And an alley to run. And he cuts it right sideline. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Better there. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Out of the gun now on third down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Back to throw here. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. They'll look to throw again. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Demarcus Lawrence able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be fourth down. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time with just punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, it's time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
And on 2nd and 10 now. One receiver left, two to the right. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flush to his right, and he comes back with one complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he stopped immediately there. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this third quarter of play.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. They'll come out in the pistol. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is caught at the end. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Their big-bodied receiver with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This will be taken about the 12. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Still 9 yards to go on 3rd down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Time running out here on the play clock. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield, he's sacked at the 46. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the... And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense.
Now let's go. Back there.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They come out here in the eye. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice.
Here we go. Detroit! All right, here we go. Philly, here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And look at this. It's a fake. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
Now let's go. 3-19.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
One thing that's really difficult for an offense is often identifying how to block a 3-4 defense. Well, when they're coming on a blitz, even more difficult. They're elusive targets and hard to hit.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Seahawks, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for Dallas, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.